Story of Gauthama Buddha. Once upon a time, in ancient India, there lived a prince named Siddhartha. He had everything he could ever want: wealth, comfort, and luxury, but he was not happy. He realized that no matter how much he had, he still felt empty inside. One day, he decided to leave his palace and go out into the world to find the answers to life's biggest questions. Why do we suffer? What is the meaning of life? How can we find true happiness? Siddhartha traveled far and wide, studying with the wisest teachers and sages he could find, but he was still unsatisfied. He realized that no one had the answers he was looking for. One day, Siddhartha decided to sit under a tree and meditate until he found the answers he sought. He sat there for many days and nights, enduring hunger, thirst, and fatigue, until one day he finally achieved enlightenment. He realized that suffering is caused by our attachment to things and our desire for things to be a certain way. He also realized that the way to find true happiness was to let go of these attachments and desires and live in the present moment. Siddhartha became known as the Buddha, which means, the Enlightened One. He spent the rest of his life traveling and teaching others about the path to enlightenment. He taught them to be kind, compassionate, and mindful, and to live in a way that would lead to true happiness and peace. Many people followed the Buddha and his teachings, and Buddhism became one of the world's major religions. Today, his message of peace and compassion continues to inspire people all over the world. Buddhism is a philosophy and religion that originated in ancient India and teaches principles that can be useful for people of all ages, including kids. Here are some basic principles of Buddhism that can be taught to kids. The Four Noble Truths. The Buddha taught that suffering exists, that suffering arises from craving and attachment, that suffering can be overcome, and that the path to the end of suffering is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path. The Buddha taught that the path to the end of suffering is through right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The Five Precepts. The Buddha taught 5 ethical precepts that are intended to guide people in their behavior: refrain from killing, stealing, lying, sexual misconduct, and the use of intoxicants. Compassion. The Buddha taught that compassion is a key component of his teachings. Encourage kids to be kind and caring towards others, to help those in need, and to be mindful of the impact of their actions on others. Impermanence. Teach kids that nothing in life is permanent and that everything changes. Encourage them to appreciate and enjoy the present moment and to not become attached to material possessions or relationships. Mindfulness. Teach kids to be present and mindful in each moment, to focus on their breath, and to pay attention to their thoughts and feelings without judgment. Meditation. Introduce kids to simple meditation techniques that can help them develop mindfulness and inner peace. These principles can be taught to kids in a way that is accessible and age-appropriate. By learning these principles, kids can develop compassion, wisdom, and inner peace.